We're back at it again with another Battlefront update. Today is the big day as DICE have officially released a highly anticipated first community transmission for the original trilogy season, featuring not only a beefy co-op map list, but as well full reveals for the new reinforcements, instant action improvements, and even new trooper weapons too. Yeah, I know, that last one right there is definitely something I never thought we'd actually get to see, given the reasoning DICE made against us getting new weapons before, but doggone it, they did it. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. As always, we'll be covering all of this and more in today's video. And before we get into any of that, but a quick reminder, as if you do like these type of videos, then do remember to give it a like to show your support for not only this update series, but also the content within it. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Starting out this massive community transmission, we'll first be going over the new reinforcements for both the Rebels and the Imperials. For those of you who do watch my videos on the regular, then none of this should be of any surprise to you, as we'll be getting the Ewok Hunter and ISB Agent in tomorrow's game update. First, joining the Rebellion is the Ewok Hunter, a certain addition to the game DICE have been teasing us with adding since 2018, kind of like with Ahsoka but on a much lower scale. Anyways, the Ewok Hunter is a cunning bundle of fur that hunts its prey with a bow, spear, and whisties. The Ewok Hunter's primary weapon will be its Hunter's Bow, which has dual firing modes. When the bow is used with its default zoom, it will pick out targets for you to fire at, similar to Lando's Deadeye ability. When zoomed, you'll have a manual aim control for far greater control and the ability to hold your draw longer to increase maximum speed and damage. When firing the bow, the Ewok Hunter does not appear on scanners. Should the Ewok Hunter find themselves in a situation that requires more damage and resistance, the Valiant Horn ability comes into play. Blowing the horn will not only improve their attacks, but also grant them additional damage resistance. But be warned though, while the Valiant Horn is active, the Ewok Hunter will constantly appear on enemy scanners. Also at their disposal will be their trusty Wisties pouch. Bring a little Vendor with you no matter which battlefront you're on, and throw these fierce fire sprites towards a nearby enemy to disrupt and inflict burn damage to them. Activate Hunter's Instinct and the Ewok Hunter will draw upon their natural instincts, allowing them to uncover and single out weakened opponents. Meanwhile, the ISB Agent will be joining the ranks of the Imperials, providing the Empire with their first opportunity of a dual-wielding character. Armed with two RK-3 blasters, the ISB Agent is skilled in intelligence gathering and close combat, working tirelessly to rout the enemies of the Empire. The ISB Agent excels at getting in and out of combat zones, especially when her Assault Training ability is activated. While under the effects of Assault Training, the ISB Agent will benefit from increased sprint speed, during which she gains an overall damage reduction. Locating enemies of the Empire is made easier thanks to the Imperial Intel ability. Once activated, the ISB Agent will scan the nearby area to reveal the 4 closest enemies. The number of enemies revealed will be increased by defeating more while it's active, up to a total of 10. Double Your Effort is her final ability and empowers nearby allies by regenerating their base health. This can only be used if there's an ally in range. All in all, 2 great and interesting reinforcements, and haven't been the first one on YouTube to make the call that the new Imperial reinforcement will be an ISB Agent, and then seeing that come into fruition is also satisfying to see. Next, I'm really hoping we get to see DICE add one of the Rebel tanks from canon in next month's update, as we seriously need to see at least one of them in this game like we did in the original Battlefront games. Moving on, we as well have quite a darn good list of co-op maps available for the original trilogy, coming up to 7 maps in total. As we knew before, Death Star 2 was already confirmed and Yavin 4 and Tatooine were leaked as per my last video. However, in addition, we're also going to be getting Hoth, Endor, Kessel, and Jabba's Palace too. Then in March, most likely Scarif could also be added as a co-op map, but that's only speculation on my part, since as of right now it's only been confirmed for Supremacy and Instant Action. However, there is a little something here for Clone Wars fans too, because also leaked in my other video, both the Venator and Dreadnought capital ship interiors will be getting added into co-op mode too. And having already played these myself, I gotta say they were a lot of fun. And that's coming from someone who normally doesn't care all that much about co-op mode. With that said, we're also going to be getting the Resistance MC-85 and the First Order Star Destroyer capital ships added into co-op mode later in March. Next, we've got new weapons, 4 in fact, being the E11D, DL-18, T-21, and the Cycler Rifle, which in all honesty is just crazy to even think this is real, especially considering DICE previously said they'd have to revamp the entire weapon system in order to be able to add new weapons at all into the game. Doesn't look like this is the case anymore, as that process would have taken them a month or 2 for them to get done. So I've got no idea how they managed to do this, but I ain't complaining. In tomorrow's game update, all 4 classes will be getting a new weapon each to equip and modify. The first being the highly requested E11D, a medium-range blast rifle available for the Assault class. This will come with 3 mods being reduced recoil, flashlight, and single fire mode. The officer class will be getting the DL-18, a pistol slightly less powerful than its heavier counterparts, but it makes up for that with a faster rate of fire. Its mods are improved cooling, reduced spread, and repeating mode. The heavy class will get the T-21, a short-range heavy blaster discharging powerful bolts at the expense of a low rate of fire. The mods for this are improved zoom, improved handling, and burst mode. And the specialist class will be armed with a Cycler Rifle, a long-range durable weapon popular amongst the Tusken Raiders native to Tatooine. The mods that come for that will be dual zoom, reduced recoil, and improved cooling. And just to note, you'll be able to unlock each new weapon by defeating 50 enemies in co-op mode using their specific class. So yes, that means if you want these new weapons, you're gonna have to play co-op. Now for co-op and instant action improvements, DICE have finally added vehicle AI support. So be sure to expect to see those on the battlefront from now on. In addition, instant action itself will be seeing some very cool improvements, featuring friendly heroes to team up with, the ability to squad up with AI teammates, and even more customization Slater options that you can really go crazy with. There's a lot here that will without a doubt improve the offline experience in general, allowing you to customize games to play exactly the way you want. Faction reinforcements will as well be getting some updates and tweaks made to them, especially appearance-wise. For starters, the Resistance ATST in Supremacy mode will be renamed the Scavenged ATST instead of the Stolen ATST it was before, which in itself makes much more sense canon-wise. And by the sounds of it, it will be getting a new worn-out battle damage skin to boot. However, that's not all, as the Wookiee Warrior will also be getting an update for its appearance and nothing really else, giving them a different stance and an eye patch. No other changes worth noting from what I'm seeing, and the same goes with the Resistance Rocket Jumper, who is also getting an appearance change only. Next, and get ready for this, the Imperial Rocket Trooper is also getting an appearance change to fall in line with its actual canon look.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
This is something I've been campaigning for years, and especially made a big deal about in my 15 Ways DICE Broke Canon in Battlefront 2 video, which I'm sure DICE had to watch as they finally made this change. Personally, next to the Patrol Trooper, this is one of my favorite Stormtrooper designs in canon, so suffice to say I'm incredibly hyped to play with this updated Rocket Trooper skin. Now, granted, this new Rocket Trooper design isn't actually 100% canon because DICE got the mouthpiece a little bit wrong. But hey, whatever, at this point I'll happily take anything over that non-canon monstrosity that was in the game for 2 years now. Which, yeah, about that, sadly DICE will still be for some reason keeping that design in the game as an unlocked option. And don't ask me, I have no idea why.
Oh, we're on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
But yeah, with that out of the way, there's also gonna be some reinforcement weapon changes too, with the Imperial Rocket Trooper getting an E11, the Death Troopers getting their iconic E11Ds from Rogue One, and the Rebel Jump Trooper will now be using an A280C for automatic fire. In addition, DICE have also tweaked the dual-wielding functionality, which will improve both the ARC Trooper and the ISB agent. Both reinforcements will now play more consistently when firing the pistols. They will now be automatic and moved onto a single button, while Pyroblast will become an alternative fire ability. Moving on to the hero department, both the MC-85 and the First Order Star Destroyer are coming as playable maps to Heroes vs Villains. Two great map additions for that mode. In addition, the HVV map layouts for both Yavin 4 and Geonosis will be getting changed as per community feedback. Now, as for that layout rework we've all been hearing about for quite some time, we've now got the full details regarding that, and it's the following. First, there's gonna be a number of modifications made to her E11 blaster ability, such as increased damage and reducing the recoil. Next, her shield will also be healing friendly units within it for 5 health every second. And her flash grenade, that's now being swapped out for a thermal detonator. Well, actually more than one, because Leia will have the ability to throw 3 of them, and there being a cooldown once all 3 have been thrown. But that's not all, as Chewie's Bowcaster will be receiving a set of tweaks and improvements with the aim of making everyone's favorite Wookiee more efficient against troopers while also missing fewer shots. So that's not just one, but 2 big hero changes coming in tomorrow's game update for both Leia and Chewbacca. As for the smaller hero changes and fixes, the list for that is pretty long too, so we're gonna try to run through it as fast as we can. First, for the BB droids, which now the support ability score reward has been increased for the BB units from 2 to 4, fixed an issue where casting certain effects on the BB droids while using their abilities would cause the death of seemingly random AI players, fixed an issue where placeholder voiceovers would trigger when BB-8 and BB-9E would encounter an enemy hero, fixed an issue where BB-8's moving animation could break if BB-8 gets interrupted after using the rolling charge ability, fixed an issue where a milestone for BB-8 would reward the wrong emote, and fixed an issue where the effortless milestone descriptions for BB-9E would mention rewards using work-in-progress names. Boba Fett's issue where his acute concussion star card would not accurately extend the duration of the concussion rocket ability has been fixed, and DICE have also changed Boba Fett's concussion rocket to integrate the blaster disabler functionality, as this ability now disables blasters for 1.2 seconds when concussed. Fixed an issue where Rey's right eye would not show in its current position during an emote, fixed an issue for Anakin Skywalker where the damage reduction from heroic might could occasionally remain after the ability was over, fixed an issue with textures popping on Luke Skywalker's hair while he was idle wearing the Yavin Ceremony or Farm Boy skins. Iden Versio's pulse cannon ability has been improved. Players can now fire while aiming from the hip, as well fire at any time during the charge up. Even if the shot does need to be fully charged, a charged shot does a lot more damage now. Also, thanks to community feedback, the last hit of Kylo Ren's Frenzy ability will now apply damage, even if a lightsaber enemy is blocking. And lastly, the issue has been fixed where Grievous's unrelenting advance animation would sometimes not be visible to other players. Finally, the Age of Rebellion update will also include a number of new user interface options, allowing you greater freedom over how your UI will look. With those options, there have also been improvements to the PC chat window, which is now positioned at the top right corner of the screen and is included within a vertical stack of 3 widgets, which are Network Status, PC Chat, Kill, and Event Log. Various other visual updates on the scoreboard have also been made too, with character levels now on display. The Age of Rebellion update is shaping up to be a great addition to the game, and it all arrives tomorrow on Wednesday the 26th. And remember, this update focuses pretty much the most on co-op mode, while later in March is when we're gonna be getting Scarif along with Supremacy mode and the original trilogy in instant action. But that'll do it for this Battlefront update. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.